One of the scariest moments in my life was when I looked at the man in the mirror and realized I'd inadvertently become what I hated while trying to become something which I thought was right for me. So I'm entering university, right? Choosing a career. Something which I want to do. But the thing is, like everybody experiences, nobody's really sure of what they want to do. And what does that even mean? So, you go off internal and external cues. What do I feel like doing? What am I good at? What does society value right now? What are other people telling me? What are other people's experiences with a certain career? Who am I? What do I want to follow? And it's a balance between these internal and external cues. And I remember at the time making a choice that was content with me. I was happy making the decision. I didn't listen completely to the voices around me, but I didn't completely listen to what I wanted at the time. I was still rather immature and irresponsible going into university. And slowly and surely, as I got into routine, as I got into the discipline, I had to make sacrifices as any career choice or choice in life demands. And so, at the start, I was once again content. I was okay with the way life was moving. And I was keeping track of, how things were developing. And I knew these were just the debts that I had to pay for the sake of focus and discipline. But slowly and a little more unbeknownst to me, as I was developing, I started to skip some things, little flags here and there that I normally would not do, fitness routines, ignoring text messages from friends, being a bit less involved in the lives of the people I love, let's say, all because of an idol, which I had started from this career decision. This is just another part of the sacrifice that must be made, right? And so less and less my mind shifted from the person I was beforehand to this newfound persona, right? This new academic, disciplined, more proficient person. And these things sound good in and of themselves, but to me, I don't know exactly what the specific time was, but I just remember feeling empty. So like something needed to change. And even when I achieved something in my domain, let's say, there would be little to no sense of progress or purpose, and my attitude slowly shifted to sort of more annoyed, on edge, a little reserved, pretentious. And I started to keep track more of the external achievements and what it took to get them, merely looking at everything in my life as a means to achieve this goal. Now, although this path started off with good intentions, and at the time of making decision, I was content, there was something I lost track of clearly along the way. And I was more proficient, for sure. But eventually, even the things which I sacrificed so much for became difficult. Grades slipping, energy depleting, health just declining overall, and it left me in an odd spot. The toll this path had took on my character, my health, it outweighed the gains I made and took control over even the things I was great at. It's like these two worlds, one of my ambition and almost obsession with this certain career, and the character I was beforehand started to bleed into each other like paint mixing. But I was so focused on mixing with the next color that I never kept track of how the color I was making looked. The point here is that when you're in doubt about your identity and you're unsure about what you are doing and you're left feeling maybe in a daze and you can't exactly remember what has brought you to this point, I think it's good to take a look at what you have become. That is the person, the character you have become. Almost like the product of all the decisions you have made, just blatantly out there as who you are. Have you become more like the person you want to be? Has the progress shaped you in a meaningful way? And I think, at least what I would tell myself is to envision completely and entirely what kind of person you will become if everything goes as planned. And so this video is less about making a specific career choice and more just about keeping track of your own footsteps as you step into a field, especially where your character is at and how it's affecting your values, your attitude, because that doesn't change as drastically as the initial decision that you make when stepping into a field. You know, that's a quick event, and sometimes you get caught up in a specific task that you become a horse with blindfolds, even blind to your own progression. You know, a great painter is going to inevitably be a different kind of person than a great doctor, right? And so you can really get a little more insight into what it is that you might want to do if you take a look at the person it will make you into. And if you made it this far in the video, I'd like to say thank you for watching, and thank you for the support on the last video. It was very nice seeing all your comments. I always try to reply to the best of my ability. Please let me know, what you want to see next, what topic you'd like discussed, and I wish you the best.